Okay, so we back. Let's check the time. All right, 6:46. All right, so we back. All right, I had to bring it down a little bit. Now we back. Now let's get into the tech segment of the Amazon Warrior. But before we do that, of course, let's have another drink. Why not? All right. Now, if you keep a score at home, this whiskey is alright, yo. It's alright. Now I see why back in the days I got wasted off this shit. Now I see why everything unfolded the way it did. This shit is alright. I paid what, $16 for that bottle? That ain't a bad deal. If you want to get wasted, I can see you drinking that whole bottle and going to a club. You'll probably be wasted. All right, so let's drink up, bitches. All right, so let's move that out the way. Now, let's get into this shit right here. Product number 1. Now, like I said, I don't know about the pronunciation. It could be Bose or Bose. I say Bose. All right, the Bose Hybrid Bluetooth Speaker. First, let me show you where I got it from. Of course, Amazon. Why not? Amazon.com. I'll throw the link up in the description. Now, this is one that I was actually Amazoning on Tuesday night. I threw this up in the cart and I forgot about it. Then I'm driving the other day and I'm, stuck in traffic. So I'm just breezing through my Amazon cart and I seen this shit. I was like, oh, let me just get this here. All right, so I got this. So now the price on this is $40. All right, so this is the Bose NFC wireless Bluetooth speaker, radiation proof. All right, radiation proof. That's a good look. We don't need all that extra radiation. Tap and connect wireless handset receiver with Bluetooth 4.0 technology. All right, so basically what this is, a Bluetooth speaker, and you're going to get your phone features. Now, this is kind of like all your cats. A lot of cats right now don't have house phones. Nobody have landlines no more. You don't need that. So this is kind of like if you want that landline feel, you're going to get a landline phone look, landline looking phone device with a Bluetooth speaker connection. All right. Let's see. Pause this and read it for yourself if you want. If you're working out, let me read it for you. All right. All right. So we got NFC Bluetooth speaker with wireless radiation-proof handset receiver. Eliminates lots of radiation absorption by distancing yourself from the cell phone. All right. So what this is gonna do? Now you can have your cell phone on the table and you can still be making calls. It's almost like a Bluetooth headset and all that. But like I said, you're getting that old school feel of having a handset. So now when you want to hang up on somebody, you might have that feeling like hanging up on somebody. We don't get that feeling no more. A lot of young cats never had that satisfaction of slamming the phone down in the nigga's ear or somebody talking shit and you just hang the phone up in their ear. So now you could probably mimic that reaction. What else? Built-in microphone for hands-free phone call. Compatible with all touchscreen tablets, smartphone, laptop, iPad, iPhone, iPod, which has a built-in Bluetooth setting. All right, transmission range, 8 to 10 meters if there's no wall or no door, obstructing your Bluetooth settings. Now, 8 to 10 meters, correct me if I'm wrong, that's about 30 feet. All right, so most of these products say 8 to 10 meters. It depends on the product. You're getting anywhere between, 20 and 30 feet. Now, tap to pair with NFC technology for easy and instant connection if your Bluetooth audio device has NFC function. Now, all your cats using iPhones, you can forget about that right there. But all my Android heads use the NFC to connect your phone. All right, equipped with the very latest Bluetooth 4.0 technology, one USB charging output port. Okay, so you can probably charge something up at the same time. Built-in rechargeable battery offers 10 hours of playtime on a single charge. Yeah. Okay, so $40 for this. All right, now like I said, I threw this up in the cart. Just got it on deck. Actually, it just came today. This actually, I had another product I was going to do for y'all, but I'll save that. I'll throw that back on the side. I'll save that because this looks more interesting. All right, so the Bose Hybrid Bluetooth Speaker. $40. You're getting a $40 presentation. You know what I'm saying? Nothing fancy. Let's see what you get inside now. Okay, so you got the receiver unit. Look kind of high-tech, look kind of funky. On the bottom, like I said, I'm trying to be a gentleman and not burp all over the camera, but drinking this soda is going down the wrong tube. All right, so you got four 4 little cushions at the bottom. This will keep it in place on your desk. And the reason I got this, like I said, I'm trying to keep my office and my man cave looking as high-tech as I can with all of my products either black or white or red. Or blue, who knows? You know what I'm saying? I got a bunch of, but most of my shit is black or white. So this is going to fit right in. You got a USB output port right here. Micro USB. This, I guess, how you're going to charge this up. Because this is chargeable, so it's also portable. All right, so that's how you're going to charge it from right there. You got a USB out. Probably use this as a Bluetooth battery. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Now, I researched this already. I had a whole shit planned, but once you get them drinks up in you, all that shit go out the window. Let's take a look at the handset. Now, the handset feels nice. Little company branded on it. Bose or Bose, whatever your choice. You got your multifunctional button in the middle. NFC. All right, that looks like a status light. Charging ports or metal pins. This have to be connected in this side. Whatever. Speaker right there. Volume up and down. Nice click on it. All right, so let's drop that in there. Let's see what else you get. Now, you get your usual books and shit. Real Men, file it to the side. And then when nobody's looking, look, this is what you do. Real men, if you're watching this video, when you get the book, especially if your girl is around, when you get the book, you just go like this. You go, here the book, throw that shit to the side. All right, don't ever let your chick see you reading the book. All right, you're supposed to know everything. All right, so when you get the book, file that to the side. Don't throw it away. Do not throw it away. When your girl is in the bathroom doing whatever she got to do, doing her hair, doing her makeup and all that, then you go in the room and then you go through the book. All right. Then you go through the book. But when you first get it, be like, I don't need this shit. Throw that shit to the side. Let's see what else you got. You got your micro USB charging cable. So this is how you're going to charge the joint up. And a AC wall adapter. All right, so that's all you get inside the box. 40 bucks. Decent presentation. Now, slam that shit mad hard. Let's see if this actually works. Let's do a little test run. Now, like I said, I did some research on this, and I know that if you're using the speaker and using the whole setup, when you get a phone call, it announces the call number. Okay, it doesn't say the name. It'll just be like incoming call from 201. Whatever. It'll announce the call number. I'm not gonna do a test with that because not expecting any phone calls right now. But these shits work though. I mean, come on. In this day and age, all of these, even these cheap shits, they work. Not like back in the days where you get some shit and it's supposed to do this and that and it don't work. So these shits work. Let's plug this in though. Let me move this light out the way. Let me see if I get some charge on this. Talk amongst yourself. Alright? Let's plug this in really quick. Of course I can't get that on the first time or the second time or the third time. Alright, there we go. Alright. Now, there should be an on and off switch somewhere. Let's see. Oh boy, do we gotta take it to the book. Let's see. Hold on one second, fellas. Hold on one second. Let's see. Do we have... Okay, here we go. Now, like I said, when I buy products, I could immediately go to the book and just figure out everything, but that's no fun. The fun part is, figuring the shit out on your own. And then later on, go through the book and make sure you didn't miss nothing. But you see, it only takes a couple of seconds to figure out there's an on and off switch. So we'll turn this on. Let's place it back in the thing. Let's see if we get any charge now. Okay. There we go. You heard that? You see it's flashing? All right, so let's pair this up with, let me grab my G3. Let's pair this up real quick. Let's see if we could pair this up. Okay, so I guess it's the Q9. Why not?
Connected.
All right, connected. Now let's see. Let's throw on some music real quick, and let's see how the Bluetooth speaker actually sounds. Let's see. Now I don't want to get copyright status again, so I throw on my nephew's joint again. Let's see where we got that volume up and down. I just seen that somewhere. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so that's up and down right there.
Hot worker
for some chill niggas. Base updated, now I'm hanging like a Basquiat.
Let's see.
Soda bubble, then I dropped the top. I never blinked, don't you ever think I would party with you. My mind official, I never changed over dimes and nickels.
Okay. Let's turn. What the fuck is going on with this shit? All right, you see. I was pressing down. My bad. Let's see how much. All right, so that's the beat. That's as loud as it goes.
Then I posted on the gram.
All right, so that's the speaker right there. As far as speaker playing music and all that. Nah, good enough, yo.
Then I posted on the gram.
Let's go back on this for a second. All right, so as far as playing music, it is what it is. Let's try that multi-function button. All right, so that's the play and pause button right there. You see, got a nice little light to it. All right, a little delay on that. Let's see. All right, so that's the play and pause button. It's a little bit of a delay to it. Button is kind of colorful. I like that.
Niggas been crazy off the
Here's what it is. $40 for that. Okay. Now let's now keep in mind, like I said, if you have a Android phone, then you didn't need to go through all that Bluetooth shit. You could just hit the NFC and pair it up. Now let's make a phone call real quick and see how it sounds. Why not? So let's call up the Bamboo Gardens, yo. Chinese restaurant. Let's find out what time they close here. Let's see. Okay, it's ringing in this. Hello? Yeah, what time you guys close over there? Say that again?
10:30.
You close at 10:30?
Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot. Okay, so it worked. So when I picked it up, when I picked the headset, I heard his voice in here, I put it back on this, and immediately went to speakerphone. All right, so that's cool. Why not? $40 for this. Matter of fact, maybe I'm downplaying this a little bit. I kind of like it. I just didn't like the fact that when I'm playing music and I press the pause, that little pause shit was a little bit of a delay. But who cares? Let's keep it real. Why would you play music off of that if you got this on deck or you got all these other Bluetooth speakers on deck? You're not gonna really use it for that. Now let's try to see if we could let's see if this charges at the same time. Let's plug in the LG G3 and see if we could charge up our phone at the same time. All right, let's try this. All right, so we'll plug USB in and see. Of course, I always have it the first time and switch up. Let's see. Okay. So now the phone is charging. Get some messages at the same time. Let's let those clear out real quick. All right, so now y'all can see, zoom in on that real quick. The phone is charging. So this is actually cool, and this is the reason I got it, because like I said, I don't have a landline anymore. I do have a landline, but it's on my fax machine, so I don't even consider that a landline. It's one of those old school with the cord. So this is kind of cool. So now I have my phone on the table, plugged into this, charging up. Now when I get a phone call, I can just answer it like this. Hello? Yo, what up? And then when I'm finished, if somebody talking some shit, I'm going to figure out a way to let them hear that sound. Remember back in the days when you hang up on a nigga, you don't just hang up. You go like this first. So they can hear that little shuffling sound, and then you hang up on the nigga. So this is a good look right here. And it fits in.
Connected.
Okay, connected. It fits in with my whole theme in my office of everything white and black, and it just looks kind of slick. All right, so this is $40. So if you don't have a landline, this is something that you might want to look into, especially if you got an Android phone. You could use NFC to pair it up. I don't even have nobody to call right now and tell them to call, because I don't want to put nobody else's number on blast. Shout out to my man Mook. I put his number on blast last time. Everybody was calling him up. You know what I'm saying? But if you get a phone call, it'll announce the number. You could charge your phone at the same time, and it just looks cool, like some Star Trek kind of shit. Looks very space age-ish, and this is cool. So now when I get a phone call, I could just And so I could just, keep in mind now, it's also radiation proof. So this way you ain't gonna have to have the phone to your ear, absorbing all that radiation. Or your iPhone cats, if y'all got the PON case, then you don't gotta worry about that. But all your Android heads, if you're tired of that radiation, or if you're in the house and you don't wanna walk around with a Bluetooth. Now let me say this. My girl hates when I got my Bluetooth on in the house. You can't stand that. Like if I'm walking around, now I've been using the LG, the Tone Pro lately, and I still use my Motorola, the HB7, whatever that Motorola is, I still use that. Now, when I'm in the house and I'm walking around with the Bluetooth on, she always gets annoyed and she'd be like, yo, why don't you just relax? Can you relax for a minute? Can you not work for a minute? Because I be on my grind 24/7. But when I'm wearing Bluetooth in the house, it just looks like I'm not comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Even if I got the LG Tone on and I don't have the headset in, just having it around my neck, it kind of gives you that vibe like I'm ready for a phone call. So now I can have this on deck. You know what I'm saying? Have my phone charging. I can be on my Xbox One, busting ass and Killer Instinct and all that. When I get a phone call, boom, just answer from right here. All right, so this is a good little look right here. $40. I'll throw the link up in the description. Check this out for yourself. What was that sound? All right, so let's power this off. But like I said, $40. This is cool. Nice little build quality. I thought from the picture, I thought it was gonna be a little more flimsy. But it's actually quite sturdy. I like these little 4 pieces at the bottom, so it keeps it in place. I wish it would have came in black, but like I said, white and silver is a nice little mix right here. If you got all black products and white products here and there, or my iPad and my iPad keyboard is white, so I'll probably put this right on the side of my iPad keyboard. And this is a little nice little look right here. Especially for $40, right? You can't go wrong with this. Like I said, if you're looking for that old school feel of having a handset and you don't want the swag phone with the cord, this is cool. This kind of reminds me of old school cordless phone. All right, so we're gonna rock out with this. Now, let me see. I turned off the power. Let me see. All right, even with the power off, it's still charging the phone. You see that? All right, so with the power off, you're still getting the charge. That's kind of cool right there. All right, you see the power is off. All right, so that's cool. So you got a battery charger and Bluetooth phone, NFC technology, blah, blah, blah. This is a go. All right, I'm feeling that. Now we got one more product before we get out of here. Let's have another drink real quick. Got one more product to show y'all. And like I said, I'm trying to get heavy into the Bluetooth speaker game. I'm trying to get back on my headphones game because, a couple of years ago I didn't make videos on every single thing I got. I used to really just make videos on phones and phone cases and basically shit that have to do with phones. But I always been into headphones. I had mad headphones. I had all of the Beats headphones, Studios, Pros, Tours, like everything. But I never made videos on that. So a lot of cats been hitting me up like, yo, when you get shit, just make a video on it, everything you get. And why not? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it don't cost me nothing to make a video on shit that I get. Why not? And if I make a video and it helps one person out, then it's a win. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to start making videos on a lot more shit. But I do got a lot of headphones. So I'm trying to get into the headphones game. Not to mention, there's a few headphones that I want. I want those, the Monster. I forgot what they call them. They look like diamonds or crystals. I forgot the name of those, but I want those. I seen them on Instagram. I seen Snoop had a picture with them shits on. I was like, I need them shits. Not just because Snoop got them, but they look tough. And I don't want to get into the habit of rocking my 24Ks everywhere I go, because before you know it, the paint starts to chip on it and all that. So, products like that, you want to rock sparingly. You know what I'm saying? Fashion products like that. Now, as far as if I get a set of black Beats Pros, yeah, I'm rocking them shits every day. The ones I use most of the time is my red Beats Studios. That's the ones I use pretty much most of the time. But the thing I don't like about those is they take batteries. So you gotta constantly have a set of batteries on deck, because the worst thing you want to happen is you go somewhere, like it happened to me. The last time this happened, I was actually, me and my girl, we was on the Long Island Railroad going to the Apple store in the city to get the iPhone 5S. And I get on the train and my fucking batteries is dead. So I got these big giant headphones with no battery. All right, so I'm trying to get into more headphones. I'm trying to get into more shit. Let me know in the comments if there's something specific. Now, I do take requests also. I got a bunch of shit that a lot of cats been hitting me up with. Yo, you should check this out, check that out. I don't never say, oh, nah, I'm good. If you send me a link for something, I'm gonna check it out. Now, if it looks interesting, then 9 times out of 10, I'm going to get it. If I don't like it, then I'm going to just be like, all right, I like the shit, but I'm not going to get it because maybe I think the one I got is better or whatever. But feel free to send me as many links as y'all want. Cases, phones, speakers, you know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all want to send it to me. I'm open for all suggestions. You know what I'm saying? So, and with that note, I said that to say this. You ever know a nigga that says that? My homeboy says that all the time, and that shit stuck in my mind now. He always says, I said that to say this, and then he says something right after that. So I said that to say this. Send me all the links, all right? I want to see everything. Drink up, bitches. Woo! Now, for the last product, we got another Bluetooth speaker. All right, like I said, I'm trying to step my Bluetooth speaker game up. Now, we got the Bose, same company, the Bose NFC Smart Bluetooth speaker. All right, this is the BTS 12. Now, I bought this speaker maybe, I want to say maybe 3 months ago. All right, I was Amazoning hardcore one night. I bought a bunch of shit. I got this. I filed it to the side. I had it on the floor, like in the back of the closet. And then before you know it, boxes start piling up on top of it. I forgot all about it. So now I'm cleaning out my closet. I'm like, all right, what products can I show in this video? Let me see what did I order. And I found this on the bottom. I'm like, bingo. I didn't even know I had the Bose speaker. You know what I'm saying? So I said, let's get into that. So I said, let me check and see how much I paid on Amazon. But here's the thing. Let me show y'all something real quick. When I went to go find out how much I paid for it on Amazon, it says currently unavailable. All right, so now I don't know if they out of stock on this product or if they just maybe they had a recall, maybe there's some bad wiring in it, maybe something's wrong, maybe they have to fix something, or maybe they just can discontinue this one because they have the next version coming out. I don't know, but I had this in the closet for a couple of months, so now let's get into it. This way, now I know what you're saying. Why get into it if it's unavailable on Amazon? Because, all right, what if it comes back out in the next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep checking, and I suggest y'all do the same thing. Just click on the link and check and see if it came back out. If not, we'll see this one. This one will let you know whether it's worth it or not to get the next generation. If the first one is bullshit, a lot of times it doesn't make any sense getting the next generation when there's so many other Bluetooth speakers on the market. But if this one is hot and it's currently unavailable, that means the next generation is going to be even hotter. All right, so let's check this one out for ourselves. This is the Bose 12-watt portable smart NFC wireless Bluetooth 4.0 speaker. All right, now you got 2 large 40mm 6-watt drivers with touch control function and up to 15 hours playback. Now this will work for your iPhone 5S, your iPad Air, your iPad Mini, Samsung Galaxy S5, S4, HTC, tablets, PCs, whatever device you have that has Bluetooth, this should work. All right, now they got a bunch of pictures on the site, whatever. Now let's check through the features real quick. Let's see, tap to pair with NFC technology for easy and instant connection. All right, if your Bluetooth audio device has NFC function. Like I said, all your iPhone cats, sorry, you can't do that. All right, large speaker cavity inside for excellent sound effects. 2 pieces of 40mm driver deliver massive, rich sound. All right, so 2 pieces of 40mm. All right, so 2 pieces, yeah. That's a 2-piece, yeah. Just in case you didn't know what that means. That's a 2-piece, all right. Built-in microphone for hands-free phone calls. Compatible with all touchscreen tablets, smartphones, laptops, iPads, iPhones, iPads. Anything that has built-in Bluetooth settings. All right, transmission range, 8 to 10 meters. And, of course, no walls or doors separating that Bluetooth connection. Now, I got 14 reviews on the Zon, Amazon. That's what we call it in my household. We call it the Zon. All right, so 14 reviews on the Zon, 14 reviews, and you see 4 stars across the board. That's a good sign right there. So let's pop this open and see what it looks like. Should we have another drink first, or should we just get right into this? Raise your hands if you think we should have another drink. Okay. Oh, I don't give a fuck. I'm having fun. Let's go. All right. Let's have another drink. Why not? Like I said, I've been working all week long. And now a lot of cats been hitting me up talking about, oh, you know, you alcoholic and all that shit. Nigga, I don't drink every day. Niggas think I'm just sitting around drinking every day. I drink on Sunday nights and occasionally if I happen to go out to a bar or party during the week. But 99% of the time during the week, I'm on some 24/7 grind shit. Cats that follow me on Instagram, a lot of cats be hitting me up asking me, do I even sleep? Y'all see me posting pictures at midnight, then posting pictures at 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm up, yo. All right, so I'm not just sitting around getting drunk. I'm wide awake. And I need my bug assault because like I said, I had a barbecue. So ever since I left the door open, I got a few flies in here. But I've been gunning them shits down with the bug assault. Yo, that bug assault is the truth, all right? Get that, yo. Trust me, if you live somewhere and, you know, summertime you can't stop flies from coming in your house. You're going in and out. And especially if you got little kids, they going in and out the house all day. You're going to have some flies and all that. Get that bug assault. Trust me. Thank me later. All right? Let's have another drink and then we'll get into this Bose or Bose, your pronunciation, your choice, BTS 12. Who can we give this shout out to? All right, let's see. Let's shout out to everybody that's rocking me on Twitter. Now, I know I need to step my Twitter game up. I don't really be tweeting that much. That's because I'm on the gram so hard. I like the gram a little bit better than the Twitter. You know what I'm saying? But for everybody that do follow me on Twitter, everybody that do, you know, favorite the tweets and retweet and all that, I see y'all cats on Twitter. So this is a specific drink, not a specific, this is a Pacific drink right here for all of my Twitter followers and all y'all cats that, you know, respect me on the Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I see y'all out there. Nobody don't tweet me that I don't tweet back. All right, let's just leave it at that. Drink up, bitches. Okay. Now let's get into this Bose BTS 12. Y'all OCD cats, please don't hit me up in the comments. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep it as clean as I can. All right. Now, simple presentation. Did we go through this on the website? Yeah, I think we did. All right, so 12 watts of total power with dual 40mm drivers, built-in bass ports that are designed to deliver crystal clear, room-filling sound. All right, sounds good. Sounds good on paper. All right, Bluetooth speaker with Siri function. All right, so your iPhone cats, y'all might have that little edge up. Little sleeve presentation. Not bad. $50 for this. All right, so let's get the live reaction on how this feels coming out the box. Now, coming fresh out the box, polish that down. No wrapping around this. That's, you know, whatever. $50. It is what it is. Nice heavy weight to it. If you look at the top, you got your call button. All right, so this is what you're gonna press. All right, now these are touch-sensitive buttons. All right, so if you look at that, when you press the button doesn't move up and down. These are just, you press your finger on it, just rest your finger, it'll activate that function. All right, so I like touch-sensitive buttons. That always looks more high-tech than these big buttons that have a curved look to it that pop out. So you got your call button, you got your play and pause. Matter of fact, this looks like, I'm sorry, play and pause. This is rewind, all right? So you got your play and pause in the middle. You got your rewind. So if you want to rewind the song, I'm assuming you hold it down to rewind, press it once, and you'll skip back a song. Play and pause, press it once, skip forward a song, or hold it down, and you can fast forward a song, and your volume up and down. And this is your NFC tag indicator right here. So all your cats with Android phones, all you have to do, slap your Android phone down on it, NFC, pair it up. If not, if you got an iPhone or you got an old school MP3 player or whatever you got that has Bluetooth, then just set it up with Bluetooth. Now, as far as design, this looks nice though. It looks like it has a nice speaker grill, so, you know, no mistaking that it's a speaker. Big speaker grill on the front. On the back, same thing, more speaker grill. You got your on and off button or switch. On and off switch. You got your DC in, this is how you're gonna charge the speaker. You got your line in. Now this is if you have a auxiliary cable and you want to connect it to a non-Bluetooth device. You plug one line in here, one line in there. Now, why? I thought it came with an auxiliary cable. That would be some bullshit if it didn't. Oh, okay. Oh, my bad. I ain't even finished unboxing this shit. I was about to shit on these cats. All right. Usual books and shit, fellas. Like I said, you know what to do with this. Put it to the side. Read it later. Nice, soft carrying pouch. Let's do the smell test. All right. Smells like some synthetic shit, but it's probably velvet. I always say velvet. Don't take me literally. All right? When I say velvet, I don't really mean velvet. There's probably some soft material. That's the old Coming to America joke. But it's a nice plush material on this. Inside, okay, now you got your micro USB to USB cable. All right, so this is how you charge the speaker. One end into computer or your phone charger. One end into the speaker. And auxiliary cable. So this is a win. I was about to say if it didn't come with auxiliary cables, that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But at least it came with the cables, so that's a good look. So now if you have a old school MP3 player, or if you're one of those real old school cats and you still running around with a Sony Walkman, you know what I'm saying? You plug this end into your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack of the Walkman, and you plug this end in. All right, so what? Plug this end into the speaker. All right. Now, yeah, cats be like, oh, why you even bother explaining that? You'd be surprised. A lot of these old school cats, they don't got Bluetooth. A lot of these cats, if you got a device that works, you know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if you got a nice Walkman, now I ain't gonna lie, I got some tapes, some cassette tapes with some old DJ Clue music that I can't find online. All right, shout out to DJ Clue. That's my dude. We went to school together. I got some old DJ Clue tapes with some music that I can't find online. So now if I want to bump that, I have to go, dig through the crates, dig through the closet, pull up my old Iowa Walkman. Y'all remember the Iowa ones? I got the big Iowa yellow Walkman, the waterproof joint. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Plug this end in, plug this end in, and I can play that music. All right, so that's pretty much it. So you got your line in, and also you have a headphone jack adapter or space. So now if you want to listen to music, you could pair it with your phone, play the music at the speaker, and then put your headphones into this. Why would you do that instead of plugging the headphones in just directly into your phone? I don't know. You might want to Bluetooth this connection to your phone and play music and then plug your headphones in. Like I said, why would you do that? I don't know. Maybe your headphone jack on your phone is broke. You could probably find some way to use that. So let's power this on and see what it looks like. Okay, you see that light flashing? That means it's ready to pair. All right, so no voice prompts on this. It is what it is. Let's get this out the way. It's ready to pair. So let's pair it with the G3 and see what it is. Okay, let's go to my Bluetooth settings real quick. Pair this up. I don't got too many devices paired on this one as opposed to, okay, here we go. The BTS 12. As opposed to my HTC, I got mad shit paired to that. So let's pair it with this. Okay, paired up. Connected to all media. Now, let's do the sound test. And like I said, when I drink, I like to make a mess. That lets me know I'm having fun. If I drink somewhere and I'm drinking in the crib and I don't spill nothing on the floor, that means that I'm not having fun, yeah. That means I'm too sober to not spill anything. So when you see me spilling, when you see me spitting all over the place and having fun, that means that everything's a go. All right, so now let's play some music. Matter of fact, you know what we should do? Let's do this. Let's do something crazy. Let's do a little speaker off right now, yeah. All right, so both of these are paired up. All right, now keep in mind now the jam speaker is $100, so twice the price. So you got to think about that already. Let's do a sound test on this Bose joint and see how it sounds. Now I'm using the Neverlink joint. Okay, I'm on maximum volume on the phone. Let's see maximum volume on the device. Okay, maximum volume.
Margella for a real nigga.
Okay.
Hot weather for some chill niggas. Base updated, now I'm hanging like a
Okay, I gotta say, it sounds good.
Soda bubble, then I dropped the top.
It sounds good.
I never linked, don't you ever think I would poly with you. My mind official, I never changed over dimes and nickels. Check for bins, buy them
So
out
far,
and never
sounds good.
check again. Never lose sleep over niggas that never win.
So far, it sounds good. Now, it's not too heavy on the bass. It has a nice loud sound to it. It sounds crystal clear. I will say that. It sounds crystal clear. It's a nice mix between highs, lows, trebles, and bass. It's a nice mix. Now, if your phone has an EQ setting, maybe you could go through and adjust the bass and all of that. But let's try that again.
I lace up my seppies and then I thank the
Drink up
Lord.
at the same time. Shout out to the Never Link Click. I see y'all out there.
She working at the bank, so I had to tell her, let's get a drink. That's rare, I never link.
Step up in the spot, 100 bottles, what you think? Then I post it on the gram.
Alright, so I'll let the beat drop and then we'll do a face off, yeah?
On the queue, never
Even though it's no competition, but why not?
Step up in the spot, 100 bottles, what you think? Then I post it on the gram. Hashtag never
this is
link.
nice little mellow shit right now. I'm digging this shit.
Muscle never link.
Young
On the
niggas
queue,
doing their
never
thing right
link.
now.
Who are you? Never link. I'ma hazard to myself with all this ice and all this light.
Okay, so the Bose speaker on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it just off sound alone, I give this a 7. Now, could it be louder? Yeah. Could it have more bass? Yeah. The price is right though. $50 for this. $50 for this. This is a go. All right, this is not bad. $50 for this. Matter of fact, let's try the phone call feature with this real quick. Let me see if I can make a phone call. I ain't gonna call the Chinese restaurant again. Let me call somebody else. They're gonna be like, yo, is this motherfucker ordering or not? Yeah. Let's see, who can I call? Let's call let's call Flagship. Let's see if this works. Now this is a diner. 24 hours. Yeah, is this diner 24 hours?
Sorry?
Yeah, is this diner open 24 hours?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, great, thanks.
Okay.
All right, I already knew that. But you see now, I had to speak up a little bit the first time she didn't hear me, but the point is, keep in mind, I'm from behind the camera and all that, so whatever. Not bad. Not bad for a speakerphone. Like I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give that a 7. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Now, let's have a little speaker off real quick. All right? Let's have a little speaker face off. Let me grab the HTC M8 that I got paired up. This is what we're gonna do. All right, let's let me set this up real quick. We have a little speaker face off real quick. Bear with me, fellas. Bear with me. All right, I'm setting shit up, y'all. I'm setting shit up for y'all. Oh, let's go. All right. I'm setting the shit up for y'all. All right. Okay. All right. So now, I have my HTC M8 paired up with the Jam Storm. I have my Bose BTS 12, whatever that shit is, paired up with the G3. So now let's play a little bit first from the G3 and then a little bit from the Jam Storm, and we'll see which one is better. All right, so let's hit the Bose first. Yeah. I'm just gonna let a little bit of the song rock, yo, not too much. Let's see.